Today in this introduction, we are going to discuss on what is monolithic application, what is the difference between monolithic application architecture and microservice architecture. The definition: the microservice is an architectural style in which applications are decomposed into loosely coupled services with fine-grained services and lightweight protocols. Here we used the three terms. One is decomposed loosely coupled services and fine-grained services and lightweight protocols. Yeah. This is simple architectural style. That means there is no very big complexity over here, and there is no big algorithms or nothing. It's a simple architectural style. It is a friendly style, and where what we do, we have a large application. What we have to do is we have to decompose that application into loosely coupled independent services, and we deploy these services individually into the production. And also, to establish the communication between these loosely coupled deployed services with lightweight protocols during in the network level. What are the lightweight protocols? It's a simple HTTP protocol. Okay, clear. What are the advantages? And advantages are increased resilience and the scalability and right ability to use right task, right tool for the right task, and faster time to the market and continuous delivery. And disadvantages: robust monitoring is must. That means we are we are deploying each and every small services into the production. When you see when you deploy as a single unit, and all loggers will be in a single place. When you are splitting in and deploying into the production, and you have to see different loggers for each and every business logic, each and every microservices. Okay, and must embrace developed culture, DevOps culture. That means, okay, you should as a microservice developer person, you should opt DevOps culture. That means you should aware of what is Git, and where you are going to deploy, what is Jenkins, and what are the different build tools. Okay, how you are going to generate your warfare, where you are going to store your where store your jar files, that means repository, and how do you manage your requirements, that is called requirements. Yeah, and texting can be complex. Yeah, because we are deploying each and every microservice as an individual unit, and suppose you want to test some application, one application, and you have to integrate with another service. It's a bit difficult. You need to design with failure in mind. You always think about, okay, if it is failed, what should you do? What is monolithic application? A monolithic application single program from the single platform. It's a simple. That means, okay, in this we are combining database and backend and UI all together as a single unit, and we are deploying as a single unit. What are the advantages? At a single shot we deploy, and all applications is in a single box, and if you log into the one single box you can solve the problems. What are the disadvantages? If suppose I have a problem in a DB and I cannot able to access the entire backend system and entire front end system. Suppose I have a problem with the backend, I cannot use UI and I cannot even database. It's fine, okay, but there is no user cannot get any details, or he will be absolute. Okay, how we are going to solve this with microservice architecture? Microservices microservice architecture is it is a style. Here we divided the applications into smaller units. That means UA as a separate service, and API gateway as a separate service, and user as a separate service, order as a separate service, and report as a separate service, and integration as a separate service. If you see, each and every service have their own databases. That means it is not depend upon other. Suppose this user service is down, or there is an issue with this database communication, only this particular service will not work. In the same manner, order services also do the same. That means each and every service is independently deployed and independently work. In summary, microservices in a simple architecture style. Here we deploy our application microservices down. It is not impacting other microservices. For example, here there is a network issue in this while calling this microservices, and other order microservices there is no issue. You can establish the connect with the order microservices and you can get the response from them. Only the issue with network user service. And you can also address this in Spring Boots, and we can use messaging services, or we can also use fallback mechanism, or we can also use a fault tolerance. That means retry. Okay, and improve the scalability. Suppose sometimes in a festival times, and we need to sell more products, and the people will come and use applications. Many people will come and use the application. At the time, you have to increase your servers, and you have to provide a best services. You can increase your servers, and you can decrease the servers when and then. The ability to use the right tool and right task. For example, in this order service needs some specific tool to generate the bills or something. Okay, you can use in only in order services and not in all other services.